Alright everyone, this is over-the-shoulder video number 5 for SeattleRealEstateAgents.org, and remember, this is the site where we will be doing just Web 2.0 submissions. And what I mean by that is we create Web 2.0 submissions, or we have someone do it for us. Each of those Web 2.0 properties have unique content on them linking to our site, and the only links we send from there go to the Web 2.0 properties. So the only links being sent directly to our site are Web 2.0 stuff. The links we build with UAW and SYA will not be going directly to our site. They'll be going to the Web 2.0 properties. Remember, for Baton Rouge Architects, we did a mix of that with the normal going to this. So we had a mix of our UAW and SYA campaigns going directly to our site and also to our Web 2.0 properties. And then for Colorado Springs Veterinarians, we had our UAW and SYA go just directly to our sites. Okay. So for this one, again, we're doing just Web 2.0 stuff, where our UAW and SYA campaigns go just to our Web 2.0 properties, and none of them go directly to our site. And we have 3 different variations here. Alright, so today is July 3rd. It's been about 3 weeks since I installed WordPress, and I'm now doing my backlinking. Usually I start backlinking a little earlier than 3 weeks after I install WordPress, but like I've mentioned before, waiting a little longer is totally fine. Waiting a lot longer is actually totally fine, but it's just going to take you longer to rank. When I lay out my schedule, make sure you just don't go shorter than what I recommend. For example, if I recommend to wait 2 weeks before backlinking, don't only wait a week, because when you start going shorter than what I recommend, that's when you're going to run into problems. If you're waiting longer than I recommend, that's okay. It's just going to take you longer to rank, but it's not going to have any negative effects as far as your rankings dropping or getting penalized or anything like that. So waiting longer is okay, it just takes longer to rank, obviously. So that's been 3 weeks since I installed WordPress, and now I'm starting with my backlinking. It's July 3rd, and I'll be going into the Submit Your Article submission. Before I do, here are my Web 2.0 properties here. I had someone do this. There's 10 of them there. Alright. I'm going to shoot another video showing you guys how I submit this to a worker to tell them what to do. I basically just give them the URLs, tell them which URL I want, which anchor text for, and the percent I want, and again, I'll shoot a video showing you how I submit that work to them and what I tell them. But these are basically Web 2.0 properties. I'll copy a random one and show you what it looks like. Alright, you'll see it's an article, just like we do with our sites. Article, all unique content, a link here going to our main site. Alright, for the first 10 Web 2.0 properties, I had only one link, and it was going to my main URL. For the first 6, I used the main keyword, Seattle Real Estate Agents. For the next 2, I used a variation, Best Seattle Real Estate Agents. The next 1, I used another variation, Real Estate Agents in Seattle. And the last one out of these 10, I used a URL. That's actually supposed to go onto my main URL and not my post, so they messed up on that, but that's okay. And then for the last 10, I had them do 2 links in each. So the first 10, would have a link to my main URL, then a link to either any of my pages or my post. Okay. So I have 2 pages and 1 post at this point. So all 3 of them will be getting 3 links, or 3 Web 2.0 properties each, but one of them will get 4 because there's 10 of them. Because I'm going to shoot a video specifically on how to set up Web 2.0 properties, whether you want to do it yourself or if you want to hire someone, and I'll kind of go into how to figure that out and how to submit orders to people if that's what you want to do. If you want to submit them yourself, it's as simple as signing up for the site. For example, this site here, hpage.com, if we went there. I've never even been to this site myself, but I can tell you how it works. You would just go to register, alright? You would fill out your information, you would confirm it, you sign in, you just enter in an article like we do in WordPress. The interface will be a little different, but it's the same concept. You enter in your article, you highlight whatever text you want to put links in, you enter in your links, and you hit post. And that's how pretty much all these Web 2.0 properties work, or these Web 2.0 sites. Same thing like how we make our WordPress sites. It's just a different interface, but same exact idea. You just go sign up, enter in the information, add your links, and post it. So it's pretty straightforward, but I'll do a couple examples when I shoot the Web 2.0 video. And again, if you're confused on how I order stuff from my people who do Web 2.0s, don't worry about that, and I'll cover that in a specific some of my outsources that you can use to order Web 2.0 stuff from if that's what you want to do. Okay? So with that said, let's go into this submission here. So here's the title. As I mentioned before, this lady is really good at SYA submissions. She charges me $30 a piece. I'm going to try to get you guys the same price if you want to use her. She does nested spinning in her titles, which I recommended against, but she's really good at this, so it works out good for her, and my other submissions have gotten accepted from it, so she's fine with using it. It works out good for her. When I talk about nested spinnings, this is what I mean. Just a reminder. I know I covered this in a couple other videos, but I just want to remind you. This is how I would normally do it for the titles for SYA, and I would just keep going for like 50, 60, 70 titles, and I would just do them like that. How she does this, she spins nested spins like this. Alright, so that's a spin within a spin, and she's good at that, so she has no problem doing it. But I do them without nested spins, and just do like 50 to 75 titles, something like that. But she does like 5, 6 nested spins, and that gives you hundreds of unique titles out of that. So you can do it this way, the way she did it, and if it doesn't work, just, it'll tell you it's not accepted, just go back and edit and do it the way I did it. Or you can just do it the way I showed you. Either way, it's not a big deal. But as you can see, there's a good amount of titles there. Alright, I hired someone to do this article for me and spin it. We'll see what the uniqueness is. It's at 110% spun, so that's pretty good. And again, the person who did this for me, I'll give you resources. If you want to do these yourself, totally fine. If you want to write the article and spin it, totally fine. If you want to write the article and have someone else spin it, totally fine. Just make sure it's a unique article and it's well spun. That's all that matters. Whether you do it yourself or you hire someone else, it's totally up to you. It's not. I don't want anyone making a big deal about whether you're hiring someone or doing it yourself, because as long as it's a unique article that's spun well, that's what matters. And again, I'll cover how to order this stuff from people in an outsourcing video. Okay. So let's get to the important part, my resource boxes. Now remember, this is the one where we're only doing Web 2.0 sites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 5 resource boxes for SYA and 5 resource boxes for my UAW submission. My 5 resource boxes for SYA will have my first 10 Web 2.0 properties, and then my 5 resource boxes for Unique Article Wizard will have my last 10 Web 2.0 properties, because I ordered 20 total, and each resource box gets 2 links. So 10 resource boxes total, 5 for each service. That gives us 20 links. Okay. As you can see here, I mix them up, like first 3 SYA, next 3 UAW, because I don't want all of my SYA submissions to have the ones that have only 1 link with my main keyword. I want to mix them up. I want to have like 3 with SYA that have just 1 link, then 3 with UAW that have just 1 link. That just mixes it up. I mean, that's not super important, but that's just the way I do it. That's the way I did it, okay? Just to mix it up. Because I don't want to have the same service going to the Web 2.0, to the exact same Web 2.0 properties, or to the similar setup of Web 2.0 properties. So I just mixed it up like that. Sorry, this thing's messing with me here. There we go. Alright, so let's go to this resource box. Alright, so I have my first resource box right here. And this is my plain text resource box, remember. Here's my first Web 2.0 property, and here's my second one. Alright, you'll see I just copied them right out of here. That's this one here and this one here. Alright, my next one, Web 2.0 property 3, and Web 2.0 property number 4. And that will be these right here. That'll be this one, and my next one for SYA right here. Alright. Then resource box number 3, Web 2.0 property number 5, and then Web 2.0 property number 6. Web 2.0 property number 7 and 8 in resource box number 4, and number 9 and number 10 in resource box number 5. Now we're going to do the same thing for the HTML resource box, but we are going to actually add links in here instead of the URL. Alright, now let me delete this because it already had the links in there, and I have them copied up here. So I'm just copying that and pasting them in. Alright. Now with this I did the HTML code. Normally we would highlight the whatever we wanted and just put it and click this and type in the link as you guys have seen me do before. I just did the HTML here to make it easier. Alright, so you guys could see it easier. So first link again is going to my first one, the foot one, which is right here, photo one, photo pages. And then second one is going to my second Web 2.0 property. Again, remember, normally what I'll do is copy this, hit my link button, and then paste this URL in the box. I'm just doing it with HTML, and you can do it this way with HTML like I have it, and it will come out with the links. So you can either highlight the text you want and enter in the URL and hit OK, or you can put in the actual HTML code like this. And I'm just using the HTML code because it's easier for you guys to see. Alright, so my first Web 2.0 properties there, my first two. Resource box 2, there's number 3, and there's number 4. And again, I'm just using keywords like related to Seattle real estate agents. As long as it's on topic with the Seattle real estate agents, or even like real estate type stuff, it can be more general type real estate stuff. Just switch it up. For some of your Web 2.0 properties have stuff on Seattle real estate agents. For some of them have just stuff on regular general real estate stuff. Just switch it all up when you do your anchor text for these. Alright, so that was number 3 and 4 in here. 5 and 6 in here. 6 and 7 in here. Or 7 and 8 in there. And then 8 and 9 in here. And again, I just copied these right from here. These are the Web 2.0 properties that someone had made for me. Now if I click out of this box, it will link to them for me. It should. Not sure why it's not. Let me I'll come back to that. Sure I have it set up right. Yeah, I do. I don't know why it's not doing it this time. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just add them in like I normally do then. So I'll copy this URL, take out my HTML code, and then highlight it like we normally would, and paste in my Web 2.0 property. Hit OK, and that enters in my link. Let me see if that helps. No, it didn't. I don't know why it's not working this time. Let me pause this, guys. I'll be right back. Now, what I'm going to do is try to save and preview, and maybe it'll automatically do my box for me. So let's see if that works. There we go. It worked. I don't know why it wasn't changing it for me. So let's go back and edit, and maybe I'll have it the way I want it now. There we go. That's weird. I wasn't doing it. But that's really weird. Anyways, all I did was went down, just did save and preview, then it applied the HTML code for me. So I don't know what. Usually when you click out of the box, the HTML code will be applied like you see now, but it wasn't doing that for me for some reason. But anyways, Web 2.0 property number 1 is right here. Alright. It's just, now it's like we did before. If I click this, as you can see, Web 2.0 property number 1, Web 2.0 property number 2 is right here. Alright, and again, if I hit this, you'll see it in there. Alright, and same thing on here. There's Web 2.0 property number 3 and number 4. Now here's resource box number 3, Web 2.0 property number 5 and number 6. Right there. And right there. And here's resource box number 4, Web 2.0 property number 7 and number 8. And resource box number 5 and Web 2.0 property number 9 and number 10. Alright, so all I did was I put 2 different Web 2.0 properties in each resource box and 5 total resource boxes, so that's 10 total Web 2.0 properties. Remember, I had 20 of them made, so each of them gets 2. Alright, let me pause this real quick guys, my mom's calling from Alaska, so 1 second. Alright, sorry about that guys, my mom's in Alaska on a cruise, and she can only call me when she gets to land, which is once in like a week, so I had to stop and answer her real quick. But anyways, back to this. We have 5 resource boxes for SYA, two links in each, alright? So 2 different Web 2.0 properties in each, 10 total different Web 2.0 properties, and then UAW will do the same thing, so that will cover links for all 20 Web 2.0 properties, okay? Now, the reason we use Web 2.0 properties is because the page ranks of the main sites have page rank. Now, each page, their page rank's only a 4, but if we go to somewhere like Tumblr, I think they have like a page rank 8 or something, yeah. See, Tumblr has a page rank 8, and even though when you create a Web 2.0 property, your Web 2.0 property is not page rank 8. The juice from the main domain still gets passed down a little bit, so that's why Web 2.0 properties can be really strong. And then once you start sending links to them, it just builds them up even more. So that's the point of us sending these UAW and SYA links to our Web 2.0 stuff. And then if we ever run into a penalty for any reason, only the Web 2.0 property will get penalized, most likely, and our site won't be affected, other than losing that link from the Web 2.0 property. So that's the whole point of doing this Web 2.0 thing and testing around with it with an over-the-shoulder site. But I just want to show you why we use Web 2.0 sites, and that's because most of these have high page rank, and that gets passed on down a little bit to our Web 2.0 properties. Alright, so again, we have plain text, same thing down here, same thing in the plain text and HTML, but right here we use our URLs, and right here we use our actual links, okay? And remember, for your anchor text, just use something that has to do with real estate. For some of them, use like real estate listings. Some of them use Seattle real estate agents. Some of them use real estate realtors. Some of them use real estate prices. Just switch it up. And just the more you switch it up, the better. Use different anchor texts and just switch everything up. Alright, so our short description, I only have one of them again, and it's totally fine to have one when it's spun like this. It's spun very well, so I'm fine with that. But if it's not spun this well, try to do like 3 to 5 of them. Alright, then let's go to our keywords. I got my main keywords, Seattle real estate agents. Then some LSI versions, real estate agents in Seattle, Seattle, Washington real estate agents, Washington real estate agents, find Seattle real estate agents, seek Seattle real estate agents, and I start getting more general. Actually, I meant to put real estate agents in here. Real estate agents, and then even more general, real estate, and then most general, business, and home I can do too. Alright, and then the category, you can probably actually do home and family. I could do business or home and family. I'll go with home and family. Alright, so my submission's done here. Again, we got our titles, uses nested spins. You can do that however you like. We have our article in here, well spun, well written. Our 5 plain text resource boxes. Remember, you don't include links here, you just include the URLs. And then our 5 HTML resource boxes. Here we actually include links. We have 5 of them, 10 total Web 2.0 properties. The same 10 Web 2.0s that we used up in our plain text, except here we're just adding links for them instead of the URLs for them. And then our short description, we have 1 of them, well spun, and then our keywords. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save and preview. It's 90% unique, that's very good. They recommend at least 30. So I'd go ahead and read this over, make sure it all sounded good. If there was anything that didn't sound good, I would go back and change it. Here's one of my example resource boxes. So for the plain text they're using, never mind. Here's our plain text resource box, and here's our HTML resource box. Remember, they're all going to Web 2.0 properties, because for this particular site, we're just doing our links to our Web 2.0 properties. So everything looks good. I'm going to submit for distribution. I am going to choose. Now, considering these are Web 2.0 sites, I can actually do 30 days here. Alright? Because we're not sending these directly to our site, so we can choose the 30-day option instead of 60. Now you can still choose 60 if you want to play it safe, like really safe, but 30 days should be fine because they're going to our Web 2.0 properties. They're not going to our main site. So I'm going to go ahead and choose 30 here, and I permit and submit for distribution. And as you can see, it accepted it, or it's successfully been submitted for distribution. It'll be pending for a couple days, and it'll let me know if it's accepted or not. If it's not accepted, it'll tell me what to change. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead here and actually change this to 30-day option, because I choose 30. Alright, so this submission is done. As always, if you guys have questions, you can always email me or answer them or ask them in the Q&A. And the next video for this site will be the UAW submission, where we'll be doing the other 10 Web 2.0 properties that I got done. Alright, so I'll see you guys in that next video.